All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. All right, rolling on out. My man Frank from Lower Alabama. I saw you was calling me. You called right when I just started this video, so I get with you once I finish this video. Hit you up. I'm on my way to a closing, so I'll at least text you in a second or two. So, real quick. I was gonna do one thing, but I'm gonna try to do two real quick. The first one is about signature closers. Okay, the first one is about signature closers. The second one is about some of these signing companies and the content or the information you're receiving from other people about these companies. And I just finished having a really good text conversation with one of my channel members about cloud signings, and I'll tell you about that. And this is no shade at them, okay? But to the main point that I want to talk about was signature closers. So y'all remember I talked about how I've been noticing the increase in signings since May. So I said, well, let me go look at some numbers. And one of the companies I started seeing a lot of orders coming through from was signature closers. So in May of this year, I saw 15 notifications. In June, that jumped up to 39. So that was over a 50% increase. Then it went down to 23 for July. Then it bumped up to 40 in August. So in 4 months, that was 117 notifications that came through. Now, each month I did get some orders on that because it's hard. People know it's hard to get them signature closer ones. So in May, I got 3 out of the 15. I got 3 orders out of the 15 that came in. In June, I got 5. In July, I got 23. In July, I got 2 out of the 23. Not I got 23. I got 2 out of the 23 in July. And then in August, I picked up 7 closings through signature closers out of the 40 notifications that went out, for a total of 17. So what that it comes out to percentage-wise is 16%. So in those 4 months, out of 117 signings, I grabbed 16% of what was being put out. And there's a variety of reasons. Partly, it could have been the time of day. It could have been the location. Because trying to get there, logistically, I won't say location, because there's some times it was close by, but logistically I couldn't make it happen. That's really, for me, the best way to say it. Logistically, it wasn't going to happen because I'm pumping out all these other orders, and if I'm doing all 4 or 5 orders and then an order comes up, logistically I can't make it. And there's just no way I can make it. Because if I take the order and I'm doing a cluster of orders over here, but the one from signatures is way over here, I can see, based off of experience, I'm not going to be able to get there, and it's just going to mess everything up. So sometimes I got to let it go. It's just simpler for me to let it go, and all of that. Logistically, I might not be able to get back to print because I got all my documents for the 5 that I'm doing. Like, I got 5 today. I got all 5 sets of documents. The chances of me taking on another order that would be in between, because I do have a gap of time for those, in between the 5, 0. More like I'm not accepting anything. So I would have to. So those would be counted as I didn't take that signature closes if any came out. So the average fee was about maybe 90 for them, but actually 85. And the reason why I say 90 is because some of them was over $100, but then one of them was 75. So one of them was even 50. So the range went from 50 to 125, actually 140, because there was I got paid extra because I think I had to go back. It was a print fee or something like that. But take out that extra for the print fee, you're talking about 50 to 125. And the $50 one was something simple, like maybe 1 or 2 pages just to get signed, something to that effect. So it's not like I was sitting there doing a whole loan closing for $50. No, that wasn't it. It was something like a deed signed or something to that effect. It was something real simple. After I do these closings, I be forgetting the details about it because it's just too many for me to try to hold in my head and all of that kind of stuff. Although I can hold a lot, but I don't feel like holding that information. So the point that I'm trying to make here, not even trying to make, the point that I'm making is that this business is about numbers. This is a numbers game. And you got to figure out how you're going to make the numbers work for you. Now, if you want high dollar amount but low volume of orders, no problem. Go for it. You want, and I would say not low dollar amount, but an average dollar amount of 85 to 95, and you're willing to do a high number of orders, then you do what you got to do. You got to figure out what works best for you. If you're trying to mirror everybody else or trying to have this perfect notary life of everybody, I'm doing my notary work and I only had to get up 3 times this month and I made $7,000, you're a fool. I'm just going to be straight with you. You're a fool and you're being foolish because you don't treat your W-2 like that. So why are you going to treat your business like that? And the reason why you would treat this business that way, because you have no respect for it. Just being real with you. Because you don't understand the flow of stuff with this business. You don't understand business. You're still operating out of a W-2 mindset. You're like that young lady that was on TikTok getting upset because they fired her for being late all the time. Not even saying that she worked over to make up the time. She was just late constantly, and then no show and no call out. Talking about, that's my birthday. I'm like, okay, so, and then what got me out of everything that lady said in that TikTok video, y'all know what I'm talking about. She said, y'all too grown for me. And that's how some of y'all treat this business. Like, doing this business the right way is too grown for y'all. And you want to act childish with stuff. You play childish games, you get childish prizes. And that's what's going on. So, what you got to understand is that this is a numbers game. How much can I do, and what's the average pay that I'm going to get? And do you want to work that many orders? If you do, cool. If you don't, I got that. And that's why, again, I say a lot of people switch over to trying to train and mentor people. But I don't understand how some people, not everybody, but some lazy folk who don't want to put forth the effort in the notary realm of doing the notary work, you want to teach everybody. There's some folk that's out there that's like that. Okay? If that's not you, then don't be offended by what I'm saying. Okay? Don't be offended. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, it's for this person, that person. You know who you are. If this doesn't fit you, then you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's that simple. But there are some non-motivated people out here that don't want to do the notary work, that make up all kinds of excuses, and then what do? Oh, I'm going to train you and I'm going to show you how to do it. You wouldn't let your kid be with somebody who's undisciplined and unmotivated, and that's not proving themselves. Y'all don't even like to go to a church unless a pastor done went through all kinds of mess. Well, my pastor, he done been through stuff. He was a drug dealer. He was a drug addict. He was this. He was pimping. She was on the pole and all that. And y'all love that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love my pastor because they went through all kinds of stuff. I ain't going to go through it. But they went through all kinds of stuff, and they can help me be right. But then you get in this business, and then you run behind somebody who ain't hardly done anything in it. And like they going to really help you. Yeah, right. All right, but that's what's going on with signature closers. That's what I did for the last 4 months with signature closers. 16% of the 117 orders I actually was able to grab. My goal now is I'm trying to push to get 10 to 12 orders per month. And at the average dollar amount of $85, that will be for 12 orders. That will be $1,020 that I will be able to bring in. So that's what my goal is, to do that. And the reason why is because signature closers, they pay pretty quick. They pay, I think, twice a month. If I'm not mistaken, I think twice a month they pay. So Like, they break it up what you did between the 1st and the 15th, then the 16th through the end of the month. So I like that, and that's why I try to do as much as I can with them. All right, so the next thing, cloud signing. Somebody asked me a question about cloud signing, and I've been asked this question before about the pay that they offer and all of that. And a lot of y'all, I can't do it. It's just not me. But a lot of y'all spend a lot of time in the notary forums, and you're in there because you're trying to get information. You're trying to get, thinking that it's going to get you ahead of the game. And I did that at one point in time. And I was in Notary Cafe. And the reason why I don't rock with Notary Cafe anymore, or any of these forums, or a lot of these Facebook groups, is because when I start trying to share practical stuff to help people, they don't want to hear that. And I've been cussed out, fussed at by folk younger than me, could be my son or daughter, and they don't have any respect for grown folk. And I ain't got time for that. I'm serious, I ain't got time for that. On Notary Cafe, I posted a link to a video that I did to explain something that somebody was dealing with. And all of a sudden, all the people on there talking about I was spamming them. So I'm like, man, forget them. Forget all of these notary forums, because you think they cool. Start trying to share some insightful information that can help people out. You'll see how quick they'll turn on you. They'll be real quick. Oh, it's against our policy, our community guidelines. You can't share any kind of links or anything. No, because that's taken away from you, from people clicking on my link to the same information. You can't do that. I mean, that's where this is at. That's why I say this is all about money. They got you all up in these things, and I'm telling you, whatever you need to learn, you can just get out here and do it and learn. And I know people don't want, and I've said this many times, a lot of us don't want to go through anything. Oh, I missed my turn. Okay, I'm supposed to be that way. I thought it was, so I go over here, I get off on this one. A lot of people don't want to go through the ups and downs, and for a variety of reasons. One reason, because look, man, money's tight, things are going, I ain't got time to be all that. And then for some people, that's just not, they're like, I don't want to go through anything. I want it to be smooth. I got that. But the problem is you can't rely on the information that's in these forums. So people have made a lot of comments about cloud signing. Cloud signing don't pay people. Cloud signing this, that, and the other. All I know is I've gotten paid from them. I'm not saying they're the best company. I'm not saying they're the worst company or even a mediocre company. I'm saying they've asked me to do work. I've done it. I've gotten paid every single time. If I see that they haven't paid me, I will reach out and be like, yo, you need to pay me. But what I'm saying is this. You have to be mindful, and as I was sharing with my channel member, keep in mind that you got notaries out here that don't know how to do what they're supposed to do. And then they're talking about, well, they wouldn't pay me. They probably didn't pay your behind because you didn't do the stuff right. And if anybody's ever done these these loan modifications, because that's what they primarily do, they're very specific about how you're supposed to do the stuff. And if you don't do it the way they're asking you to do it, you're not going to get paid. So you got to ask them, why didn't they pay? Did you, and of course they can lie, but this is what you got to say. Well, did you do it right? So the best way to me to figure out whether somebody ain't gonna pay me is to do the work for them. And if they don't pay me, then I know proof why. Okay, yeah. But here's the thing. I've got to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do correctly. Did I do the stuff in accordance with the directions? If I did, I should get paid. If I didn't, then I'm not going to get paid. It's that simple. So the question then becomes, why didn't I? And heck, I'm the type, to be honest, this is why I don't get in those forums. I'm the type that will sit there and I would call that signing company. If I saw all of this negativity about this company, I'm the type, I would be like, you know what, let me go ahead on and do a couple with them, see if they pay me. Okay, they paid me, and Why? Okay, hey, why are these people saying y'all not paying them? Is there something that I need to be aware of? Is there some type of terms, condition, something that people aren't doing, and that's why y'all not paying them? Because if I'm getting paid and they're saying they're not getting paid, then where's the disconnect? And I'm the type of person that will want to know that. And I'm hell bent on finding out these answers. So that's why I don't get in those forums. Plus, I don't feel like getting cussed at. I don't feel like people disrespecting me. Because folk like to get behind that keyboard and think they smart and run off at the mouth. And I'm the type that'll hop on a plane and have a conversation with you behind that same keyboard. That's the kind, I'm just being real with you, because I don't see any reason for anybody to be, when you're trying to help them and be honest with them about what's going on, for them to disrespect you, especially when you don't know them. And then I'm not even trying to send a message to that person or give them info. I'm just putting it out there for everybody and stuff. And this is the constant stuff that we got going on in this business, is that we just got a bunch of disrespectful men and women of all ages, of all genders, of all orientations, and everything else you can think of. We just got some disrespectful folk in this thing. So I honestly would say, be careful about being in these forums, and just know that folk are up in there lying. People will lie in these forums. Notary Cafe is one of the biggest ones. They will sit there and whine and complain about the notary fees. Okay, but that was 10 years ago. That was 15 years ago when you first started and you was getting paid $200. Times have changed. And see, here's the thing. For all of these people that's whining and complaining, they ain't none of them getting out. That's what I look at. Ain't none of them getting out. They are sticking in here. They are staying in. And I'm like, okay, how many checks do Cloud Signing owe you? They owe me 15. Okay, well, if they ain't paid you after the first 5 or 6, after that first month, then why are you still doing stuff with them? You see what I'm saying? These are the questions you got to ask. But of course, they can still lie. They can lie and, oh, no, everything's fine. I did everything right. I've done with Cloud Signing. Cloud Signing is very particular. You don't do it right, you more than likely you ain't getting paid. So you can't just accept what these folk are saying. They need to provide some proof. I need to see an email trail of you asking them, where's your money at? And them coming back saying, we ain't paying you. And I need to see it chronologically. So I want to see the truth, because I'm telling you, these folk lying. These folk be lying out here, y'all. And y'all can't think that just because the notary profession itself is supposed to be one of integrity, that the people that are in it are ones of integrity. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Most of the people that are in this, I won't say most, some of the people, let me get it correct, get out of my emotions right now. Some of the people that are in this business, the only reason why they are in this business is because they hadn't caught a felony when they applied to be a notary. When they did that background check at the state level about checking to see, they hadn't caught a felony yet. That's the only reason why some of them made it through. Other than that, they should not be notaries, period. Because they act like they got a felony on them. They act like they were running some kind of little street hustle thing and all of that. They acting all thug and gangster. That's how they run their business. So that's just my thoughts on it. So you can hang in there, but just take that stuff with a grain of salt. And I know it's tempting to believe. You have more people talking negative about stuff than positive out here in this business. You really, really do. When you really look at it, it's easy to lean on what they're saying because, well, the majority of them is saying, but the majority of the notaries out here don't know what they're doing. The majority of the notaries don't know how to do what they're supposed to do. It's only a small percentage. It's only a remnant, as the good book would say. It's just a remnant of those out here in this industry that are doing good, but we tend to listen to the majority. Just got to be careful about who you're listening to, because some of these cats out here, they foul. I'm serious. I mean, and it's across the board, all races, all genders, all of them. And I don't care if y'all don't like what I'm saying here. And y'all know this. Y'all know this. They are foul out here. A lot of these folk are foul out here. They spend more time complaining because somebody won't just acquiesce to what they want and just give in and give them all the money that they want for doing one signing. That's the mindset of some of these individuals. And that's why I keep to myself. That's why I just deal with my YouTube channel and maybe a little bit on Instagram. But I don't visit a lot of these people's channels. I don't look at these other people's videos, because it's all about, well, you're devaluing yourself. How do you know what I'm doing? You don't know me. Well, you're devaluing yourself if you're taking a $60 order. Okay, that's what's being offered in my area. So how do I make them pay me more? What's your formula? And again, as I keep saying over and over again in various videos, none of these suckers come up with a plan. None of them have any plan on how, no roadmap, no footsteps, no elevator, escalator, anything on how to get those companies to pay you more consistently. None of them have a plan. They just tell you you don't need to take it. They just tell you should be getting paid more. Well, what is more? What's the definition of more? If they paying me 65 and they give me to say, hey, we're going to give you 75. Oh man, you could have went higher than that. Okay, I'm getting 100. Oh, 100? Come on now, I can make 100 just looking at the sky. Okay, I just made 100. When is it enough? Because you ain't doing none of that for your W-2. They look at you and they say, your hind parts only get 0.5%. And we're not even letting that kick in until June of next year. Now what you gonna say? Okay, no problem. I'm going back to my desk and try to figure out how I'm gonna pay for this cruise that I shouldn't be spending my money on. Let me go. Because I'm already in trouble. I don't care. All right, y'all, talk to y'all later. Peace.